In chapter 3154, the York family's love and dedication to Sony, Serenity's young nephew, becomes clear as Serenity, and Sony share a family moment over dinner. As they leave the elevator, Zachary, showing his affection for Sony, holds him close, despite Serenity's gentle teasing about his excessive doting. Sony, aware of his uncle's special attention, playfully teases Serenity, claiming that her scolding is merely out of jealousy. Sony's light-hearted charm is evident in how his whole extended family, York, Stone, and Lewis alike, adores him. However, Serenity and her sister Liberty make a conscious effort to keep Sony grounded, not wanting him to grow spoiled by the abundance of affection from so many relatives. She realizes that this balance will be especially important once her own baby is born, as Zachary's intense devotion will likely grow even stronger. The family, particularly the York elders, have hopes for a baby girl, but Serenity knows they will adore the child deeply regardless of its gender. The family heads to the Wheatspoon Hotel, a favorite dining spot where Zachary has already arranged for their meal. Soon after they settle in, the food is served and Sony begins his usual routine of eating independently, though his efforts sometimes result in a mess of rice and food scattered around. At one point, he expresses his desire for Serenity to feed him, hoping to lean on his aunt's kindness. Serenity gently encourages him to eat on his own, asking him to wait until she's had her fill before she'll consider feeding him. Realizing that his attempts to garner sympathy from Zachary are useless, the little boy resigns himself to eating independently. Although he momentarily pouts, he continues to eat while Serenity serves him additional food to encourage a balanced diet. Sony, however, is not pleased when Serenity places vegetables on his plate, expressing his dislike for them. This moment brings out a humorous aspect of his character, as he quietly laments that his mother and aunt are the only people who insist on him eating vegetables, while other relatives don't pressure him about his food preferences. Serenity stands firm, insisting he eat at least a small portion of vegetables, guiding him with a gentle but steady hand, understanding that resistance is useless and that Zachary won't intervene. He finally agrees to eat the disliked vegetables, hoping for the reward of some lobster meat afterward. As the little boy diligently eats, albeit with some reluctance, his gaze occasionally falls on Zachary, who is observing the interaction with amused detachment. In his young mind, he feels a sense of frustration with his uncle, noting how Zachary's usual aura of authority is entirely subdued when Serenity is around. He realizes that while his uncle commands respect and influence in the world, with bodyguards and associates in tow, he adopts a much different role at home. To Sony, it's perplexing and even a bit disappointing to see Zachary, whom he admires for his strength and confidence, so willingly defer to Serenity. The little boy vows to be different when he grows up, imagining that he'll be more assertive than his uncle in his relationships.